there's this very famous guy in France who said something very interesting because he created a company called Mythic. I don't know if it was a dating app, dating company. He made millions with that. And he says, because he was being criticized for some of this business, which didn't work, etc. after this. And he said something very right. He said, only people who never did anything, who never did a mistake.
Yeah.
Only the one who never did anything in their life, that means who never tried to do something, those ones, they are the only ones who never did a mistake. And this is very true, you know. If you try, sometimes you do mistakes. That's okay. But also when you try, you succeed as well.
You have to be willing to make those mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, you don't move.
Exactly. And you know, it can be very cultural because some cultures are not accepting mistakes. Some cultures are, you know, if we talk about the American culture, they actually are welcoming mistakes because like Churchill said, you know, Churchill was saying that you either win, either learn. You never lose, actually. And this is very true. And Americans are very much like that. In France is very different. France is very much about, you did a mistake, you lose, you're a loser, you're useless, etc. You know, the mindset is absolutely the opposite, you know. And so and this is very interesting. You know, I don't know in New Zealand, how is it in New Zealand?
In New Zealand, we have this thing called the tall poppy syndrome, which is not to do with failure, it's more to do with success, where people will, if you're a newcomer, say you're a comedian. I know a comedian who faces this, or you know Israel Adesanya, UFC.
Yeah.
So when you're coming up, although he's still widely liked, but yeah, when you're coming up, people want to support you because you're not that successful yet, and we like cheering for the underdog. Then when you get to a certain level of success, then everyone just turns against you, and then cuts you down, and so it's called a tall poppy syndrome, where if you imagine a field of poppies, the taller poppies, which are more successful, get cut down. So everyone's at this like lower level.
Oh, wow.
So that's the main problem. Also, though, when people fail, I've seen the media portray those failures in like the worst light possible. They're just like, you can always look at something with like different perspectives, right? And so they look at it in the worst perspective, and that's definitely not good. It makes people want to not try, right?
This is actually very accurate. And if you allow me, I would like to elaborate on this when you talk about media, because my experience with that is also that the many journalists are actually less and less professional, and they are just trying to get one side of the picture. They're not trying to get the entire picture, and they just want to have a one-sided article or preview because they know it's going to sell, you know.
Yeah.
And this is just like ridiculous. It's actually very pathetic, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like if anyone's still consuming the news, stop.